voices whisper what I'll never win. They carry no name.
Yo. Okay, so just waiting for Richard to get ready for this live stream.
Okay.
So yes, thanks so much for tuning in to another live. We appreciate you all very much. I'm Harry, and this is
insert name Richard.
Yes. So another busy week for us. Yes. So we'll start the show off in 3, 2, 1, go!
HR racing, HR racing, HR racing. Yeah. And normally you say, welcome to the show, the HR Racing Show.
And then
yeah, we have to thank all our sponsors for continuing with us. Thanks very much. Obviously, we have to thank you most importantly of all for tuning in. And this one is all about the series. This is the RC Eagle. This is flight at its best. That's right.
There you go.
And a couple of other topics that we're covering in this episode or live stream series. Live show?
Yeah, the hint for the episode coming up next week will be coming up about maybe midway through the stream. Also, you got to stick around for that one. Also, at the start of the stream, we'll have a look at the coaxial plane
and check out the wind tunnel data from that. We're going to look at the. Hopefully, we can bring up the extra additional footage that we took that didn't quite make the cut. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so let's go and jump over the other screen. And thanks so much to get this live stream started.
Oh, not that one. There you go. I got the right screen. Hey, thanks everyone for joining in. I see Andy's joining and Young One. Very good. Another CG has joined us, and of course, Happy RC has joined us. So thanks very much. That's at least what I can see at my end. I'm sure there's plenty more that we can't see that are hidden. But that's okay.
Invisible. That's all
invisible.
Good. Yes.
It's okay to be hidden.
It's okay to be invisible. So thanks so much. Yeah, so here we are in the workshop, ready to get back into working on this guy. Oops. Hang on. There he is. There is some of the parts that we achieved on the last live stream. Oh, the head's that way around. You can imagine what it will look like. And
yeah, so we got some, I think last time I added a bit of filler with the filaments. I know that first up on that particular guy, I'm going to do some sanding for him to make it look at least a bit better, right?
That's
before, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be painted, but of course you don't want all these horrible lumps in the wing. You want it to look the part, right? It wants to be presentable.
Yeah, there you go.
Dressed to impress. You got to impress the girls, otherwise they're going to
run the other way.
They're going to run the other way.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Okay, and yep, and Harry's bringing in an eagle wing.
That's some of the wing that we've been doing.
Yes, so it's all very exciting. And of course, very shortly, we're going to jump into the episode that was this week that came out on Tuesday. This was the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft, and it was pretty cool.
It was.
So Harry's going to look at the footage very shortly. We're going to bring it up on the screen. And
Andy says, good chat.
Cheers, man, thanks. Put a coat of real feathers over it.
That's an idea.
That's quite cool. I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't do that, right? Interesting.
Well, they don't really weigh that much, do they? That's
what would you glue them in on with? I mean, it's a great idea, by the way.
Would you?
Yeah. I mean, you'd say it's the most realistic. I mean, also keep it quite. It'd be conditioned for the heat then, right? Because that is quite an issue.
Birds are quite good at cooling their feathers, though.
Yeah.
Happy's joined. Cheers there, Happy. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear us.
Hope you can see us and hear us. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And
yeah, it's pretty good. It's been an intense couple of months.
yeah,
keeping up with all this content. It's good fun though, good challenge. And once again, we've got a really
exciting one
planned for next week. We'll give you a little insight into what that might be coming up, maybe later on in the stream.
Yeah.
Give you a couple ideas. You'll probably be able to twig pretty quick.
Twig pretty quick with the.
But we can say it's a brand new series. It is something that we haven't ever released or anything like that before.
So it's working silently in the background. Robin says, parasitic drag if you put feathers on and lose half the load. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But you know, birds do it. Yeah, good point, man. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder how much percentage you'd lose though. Interesting.
But maybe what we could do is we could have it, you know, painted, making it the way that the inventors thought the idea should be, and then maybe afterwards, then we could start
I wonder what kind of bird you'd choose. Would it? Because I mean, over here we don't have eagles.
Yeah,
I mean, you wouldn't want to pluck a bird. That'd be horrible.
Like a seagull. Can I borrow your feathers, please?
I guess you might be able to buy a bag of them. Possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I don't know. Interesting.
I wonder what you glue them in with. What, just CA glue the lot, and then you just like weigh all that amount of like weight just gets added straight.
Interesting thought. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How come birds can't do the things we can? Exactly. Yeah. I guess they don't think about how they're made. They just make it happen. Nature is the way. I feel that's like a line from the Mandalorian though, like.
Yeah, or perhaps from Jurassic Park. Nature finds a way.
It finds a way.
Yeah. But nature's way, that's coined by another CG.
Open your pillow. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they use with pillow fights, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like hair plugs. Nice. Yeah, with some good ideas there.
Yeah.
It's food for thought for sure. It wouldn't hadn't really occurred to me to actually put genuine feathers on it. I mean, it'd be the only one in existence, right? I feel you'd still have to paint it though, just to do the, because even like a cat, if you move the fur, or a dog, or even a horse for that matter, that you can still, there is still a pattern underneath, so you'd still have to make it look the part.
That's true. It's a good point. Anyway, that's a little bit off topic.
Just like a ghillie suit, you still have to make.
Oh yeah.
You have to make a mixed match. It doesn't want to be just
one
like
color.
all green, or even though it is green, of course, it's a ghillie suit, right?
Yeah. If you don't know what we're just talking about, think about the guys, the monster thing where you walk out. Yeah.
Robert's just joined us. Thanks so much, dude. Thanks for joining in once again. Just try it on a small scale wing, one that you can prove it will fly. Then add the. There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea.
Add it to the Kapari too. Once we got that, once we tested the launcher out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. There you go.
I feel there'd be also a technique for layering them too.
Yeah.
Interesting
thoughts.
Okay, so the episode this week was all about the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft, and all going well. We'll see if we can find the extra additional footage.
I had one planned, but no, I'm not sure where.
We hopefully we can find it.
Find it again.
Can't make any promises, but we'll do our best.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we'll have a little quick look at that one. It went pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah. What do you guys reckon?
What do you guys reckon of the rear pushing push aircraft? It was pretty good. And Happy says, but how do you know other birds flying around are just three predator birds on? Well, there you go.
Spy birds.
Spy birds.
Interesting. Yeah, you don't know. You don't.
Yeah, I mean, another CG suggests something that it's questionable.
Channel 6. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. I feel, how would you actually like get enough of that substance? But you know, it'd be a
maybe it's like
job.
that unicorn stuff that little kids have.
Little kids have that stuff. Yeah. The other thing is to remember that a bird moves its feathers when there we go. Yeah.
So you have to have them individually made to the skin.
And individually move on articulation.
It sounds
it's more than one servo.
It's a lot of servos, I think.
Yeah. So how do we think the coaxial?
It sounds more like Leonardo da Vinci did with his original designs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen one of those the inventions that Leonardo did?
Yeah.
It wasn't not Leonardo DiCaprio, but Leonardo da Vinci I was talking about.
Yeah. He didn't do it. He didn't invent anything.
No.
I mean, apart from the fact that he got what's her name? Kate Winslet sort of drowned him at the end of the Titanic. But
a bit of a bad
semantics.
Yeah, he survived.
James Cameron thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. He did yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So we'll jump that screen over, Richard.
Oh
Just
yeah.
a little
Okay.
recap.
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll bring the plane in. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's why. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Creation. Yeah, it took another 500 years after. Yes, you are correct. There we go. Okay, there's a picture of Harry holding his breath.
Is it me or you? Oh, it's you.
Yes, G.
It's me.
Yes, so this was the episode this week. It was quite the experiments actually went really well for this one.
Which is quite rare for doing wind tunnel stuff. It's usually quite
like quite often with quite a lot of these aircraft, you were sort of running around trying to keep them like cool and things like that. So you have like coolers, but things like that, trying to make sure things don't get overheated. But it went really well. Like we were probably filming and you know, just using the same batteries and stuff for I know a couple of hours there straight. So yeah, we managed to get the footage, and it all sort of came out quite well.
From a production point of view,
from an editing point of view, but from a science and
maker's point of view, yeah. Yeah, what do you guys reckon of it anyway?
What do you think of the new design? Did you like it over the what's dubbed apparently on a channel as the Fat Bar? Did you think it was better? I think it was. I mean, in the if you jump to the last slide, I think you can see the side by side action here.
Oh yeah, got it. Yeah. It's about here somewhere, isn't it?
It's when we're talking, I think.
Oh yeah.
And just freeze frame on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's talking away. There we go. Pause there. So on the top screen, which is the original,
you can actually see the
Yeah. Robert says it's genius. There you go. Thanks, man. Yeah. So you can see on the top one, Harry's making a sort of like with his little cursor there.
Yeah.
But you can see
we didn't do that in the real one because I thought it kind of looked a bit cheesy if I put an arrow there.
But you don't want it to look childlike.
No, exactly.
So effectively, you can see it as the smoke trail goes off the back wing. It hits. Effectively, see the big empty gap area in the center, and then of course you can see the big fluctuation behind it, which is all the smoke that's created.
Yeah, but it doesn't come up 100% on camera, but you could actually see the swirls coming off the back.
Yeah. Whereas obviously the new one, you couldn't see anything, even with the propellers engaged. There we go.
It's just straight through.
And another CG suggests that we should make a H&R
stealth bomber. That's a cool idea.
Stealth bomber with the feathers.
Or it might not be. It might be just a stealth bomber.
Yeah.
We can write down. Where's
paper?
I think.
I know that last live stream we were talking about the B2 bomber. I think.
We'd make it right.
Was Happy RC? I think he had was it a 70mm EDF jet one? Very cool. Maybe we should take some notes. Takes from him.
Yeah. Do they have a new version? Oh well, it'd be stealth. You wouldn't see it, right?
Oh, yeah. It goes on the list anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the that's kind of what we wanted to show you on that video. But yeah, no, it came together quite well. This part was really hard when we were fixing this to it.
So that's the brand new motor mount, and then tapping it down without damaging it too much was a bit tricky, but
we did get there, and we wanted to, we allowed for the spacing. It's just it was. You were allowed for shrinkage and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just an interesting one with the with when you actually put it together. It's always a bit different.
And then you can also see in the middle if you freeze frame it.
Right.
You can see in the middle of the where is it? About there somewhere. So you can see up the top corner, Harry.
Up here.
In the up there.
Up here.
Yeah. So you can see that little divot there. That's actually so we're going to put at some point in the future when it's going for the real deal. We'll put two vertical pins or bolts down there. It's so tight that it doesn't need it, but better be safe than sorry. But that's what they're for.
Well, even if you don't need it, that was the idea anyway.
That was the idea. I think we also put it on the 90-degree bends to the what are they? Dowling rods? Yeah.
Anyway, that was that part.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
I'll change those to that one. I'll have a quick look around, see if we can find some.
See if we find
and I'll bring the plane in. That's what I do.
Okay. There you go. Harry's going to bring the plane in a second. There we go. But yeah, it went really well. So going forward, is there any suggestions about what we should improve in this next sequence? So the next sequence is we're sort of going into to test how the lift is on the under the wings. So we've got the forewing to test, and obviously the back as well. See how much wind is generated. Magnificent EDC, great name by the way. Thanks very much for joining in. You just got on. Here we go.
Cheers, man. Thanks so much.
What filament? I think is what you're saying. What filament did you use?
For this particular one?
Yeah. So this well, we've got 2 aircrafts at the moment. So we've got the RC Eagle behind us that we're going to be working on in a second. And we've used lightweight filament and PLA Pro. And on this one, which is the episode that was this week, which is the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft, I think is it
Hyper.
PLA Pro?
Oh, PLA Pro for this one, yeah.
Yeah, PLA Pro.
Yeah, pretty much all except for that one little section where we did the multicolour printing.
Yeah,
for the cabin.
So yeah, so it makes it a little heavier, but it's you're going to use what you got.
But also, who's doing that?
Yeah.
we
we just figured that more power will overcome it.
Yeah, we'll overcome that.
But we'll find out.
But yeah, then that's the motor mount and rear line. I'm not going to hit anything. Just bring that up so you can see from a different angle.
Oh yeah, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's PETG. There we go.
Oh yeah, for that part, yeah, just because it needs a bit more strength.
There you go. It's pretty good.
And yeah, it kind of came together quite well. If you can kind of see from that angle.
It's quite a unique design. By the way, that is down, by the way. That's up.
Yeah, it could be flying the other way around.
Use what you got, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, nobody has endless funds, that's for sure. But yes, thanks very much for joining in.
And this was good. What else are we going to do with this one? This one,
we're going to do the 4-wing properly, right? I think there's another extra additional
strut we're going to put in.
Strut we're going to add and then attach it firmly. At the moment, it's just,
and then also
it's what we call movie ready at the front there.
Yeah, and also it's, what else we going to do? We can finish off the autopilot side, the flight controller.
There's not much to do with that. It's just, I think we're going to add fail-safe, because obviously, it's sensible to do a fail-safe. And then also just get, I think there's this particular one slightly raised.
Tuned a bit.
We just need to tweak it down with the tune.
And also enable the airspeed sensor.
Oh, at the front, yes.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, pretty easy. Yeah. Just you got to enable
We haven't done any airspeed sensor, so it's going to be something interesting.
Yeah, I think there's a specific code you got to add in, but yeah. And then it should be ready to go once we've done our flight testing, wind tunnel testing.
Then real testing.
If we need to change anything, then
do
we can
it now before we actually do it, right? Yeah.
And then at some point you got to risk it to get the biscuit, biscuit to get the risk it. Yeah. So there you go. That was the episode that came out this week.
Yeah, for sure.
And did you have any extra footage on that one, eh?
I was going to go and look for some.
Oh, yeah, cool. And how was everybody's week while Harry's doing that in the background there? Did we have a good week? Hopefully we did. Well, you know what we were doing. We were busy in the workshop getting ready for next week's episode. I think we hopefully going well. We'll put some of these printers on to help out with that one so we can make the time cap while the stream's live as well. What flight, Magnificent EDC says, what flight controller are you using? It's cool to see the pivot tube in there. Yeah, it's cool, yeah.
Oh yeah, for the airspeed sensor, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What flight controller? We're using a Nano 7 and it's flashed with, of course, autopilot, yeah. But yes.
Autoplane, specifically.
Yeah, not autocopter, don't get those confused. Yes, yeah, it's flashed with that, and it's CUAV model, which is one of our sponsors. So big thanks up for them.
For sure. It's kind of a squared cube-looking guy, isn't it? Yeah,
it's kind of like a. You can look at the series back, and where we go through all the flashing process with that on that particular series. So yeah. If you wanted to see more details, it's all there. You're more than welcome to check it out.
I mean, I can bring it up on the screen. I'll see if I can find this first.
Yeah,
have a quick look for this one.
Can't wait to see it fly. Yes, I think everybody's.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes we get there's quite some passionate people out there. Certain projects that we're doing, but yes, it is like all of them. They take a little bit longer than average Joe to get these done, just because the nature of the different aspects that make these up, like
flight controllers,
and all that kind of stuff.
Concepts.
But, yeah, you don't want to make excuses or anything like that, but yeah, we wanted to make it look
cool,
look good, and then scientifically correct, and then once you're ready, you got all the I's and T's crossed, then you're good to go.
Yeah, where was this part? I'm just trying to find this thing.
But one of the ones that we did lately fly was the Mark III wingsuit. That was interesting. Someone actually pointed out a couple of days after we did the live stream, they said that once the aircraft actually pretty much went straight down after it did sort of a death roll, They've actually noted that it actually started to capture the wind quite well. So it was actually starting to see lift at the end sequence before it went whack.
But it was cool to see.
It was good to see. So either A, we go a little higher, B, we because we're only using 50% throttle, or what we're thinking is add a little change to the wing and maybe a parachute slight upgrade. So either we modify what is happening, make it bigger, or we do a sort of a change on it.
Yeah,
it's not like it's not working, it's just that it could be slower. You don't want a hard hit, you want it to sort of come down
a little bit better.
Gracefully, right?
Gracefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, I was going to just show you this one little video part.
Maiden flights, New Year's 2027 cowboy. Yeah, okay, so Harry's got something here. Have you checked the footage? It's all good?
I think so.
Yeah, you can take the sound off, otherwise it'll be screeching.
I don't think the sound's on. Hang on. No, it's off.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise it'll be too loud.
Right. Where we go? Large. So here's a couple of additional scenes that we didn't actually
Smoke machine, and we'll fire it up.
Okay, and going up in 3, 2, 1.
To share with you guys. So yeah, it's just one of those things where
adjusted the smoke machine, and we'll fire it up. Again, we've readjusted the smoke machine.
Smoke there.
Yeah, at the back there, behind the yeah. So it's using a fog machine to produce our smoke.
Yep.
It works quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's that part there, and then of course it comes with lights.
Yeah, naturally smoke machines come with lights.
And then it goes through this part, and then it's got a
you'd say a propeller and diffuser.
Power the diffuser, and then it goes through that big 32-inch prop, and then straight out, and then it actually does quite a good job. We did test it quite well before making these ones, and then it goes pretty much level through here. Although this particular day it was kind of windy from this side.
Yeah, so sometimes in the I think in the footage as well you can see.
And we'll fire it up.
Action, but that's not okay, and going up in 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I think you bring it bottom.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, too loud. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was too loud. Anyway, blowing the audio out. But yes, that's the guy there, and we just use a little wind meter there. That's quite a good job.
Happy and Robert suggest some interesting thing to make some smoke. Happy suggests you could use an old LiPo to make some smoke.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Robert says you could get some what do you call it? How would you say that PC wise? How would you say that?
No, hang on.
What you? Yeah.
We'll just say Harry.
Just say Harry.
Harry can make some.
Harry can make some smoke.
Yeah, we'll just say that. Anyway, so that's that part. I just wanted to show you that part there where it was kind of
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah, and then I'll just flick over to the other camera and I'll just try and find that other photo that I wanted to show.
Vape cloud, yeah, that's a big vape cloud. There we go.
And then I'll show you the other one, which is afterwards.
So that was with the original.
That was the first one.
That was with the original rear bar, right? Yeah.
I just have this in slow-mo.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll track onto it now?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yep.
There.
Yeah. So this is slow-mo, what, like 120 frames a second?
400 frames per second.
400 frames, okay.
Yeah. It's not rocking from the
smoke.
It's not rocking from the smoke or the tunnel. It's just rocking because of the additional wind that's coming in behind it.
Yeah. But hey, makes things interesting when you film, when testing stuff.
But yeah, it doesn't seem to disturb anything. You don't see any swirling action happening from the propellers or anything like that. So pretty much just travel straight through, which is quite different from the, as you can see before with the original motor bar, I guess you'd call it.
I guess, just wanted to show you some extra kind of shots, because when you're editing, it's...
There we go, straight through. Look at that. You can see it coming off the wing.
But you can even see it coming from there into this one. See, there's a bit of a buffer, and then it comes out clear. See? It gets swirled this way and then it gets cut straight. It's interesting. Kind of interesting effect. It'll be interesting in the air.
Of course, you wouldn't be able to see this when you're actually going at Mach 3.
No. So you know, you can only appreciate this like now. It's kind of one of those things.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that one.
Oh, wrong camera. Right camera.
Oh, you
there
good?
you go.
Okay.
So what do you think of that? It was pretty cool, wasn't it? All good?
Yeah. I'm just,
all good,
just
yeah. Okay, so we've got, I think that sort of sums up what we wanted to show you, just some of those extra shots that we could only, we sort of had to edit them down a bit, but there you go, that's what we wanted to sort of show you from what happened from the
video.
From the video that we couldn't add in, but there you go. Looks pretty good. Do you have any other suggestions other than adding feathers to this particular aircraft? Yeah, feel free to chuck them in. Should we change the wing size or shape? Of course, we've got to test it properly first. Really.
Well, I guess we'll find that part out on the lift side.
Yeah.
And we might have to do some more calculations, but I think it's looking pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
how's the sound and audio coming through? Everybody's happy? Because what's he saying? The radios
make
some noise. Send some thumbs up our way, just so we can know if everything's working correctly. Hopefully it is.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to set up for the RC Eagle build, which of course is the main event.
Yeah, I guess it is.
The main event. The main event.
Yeah.
Cow valves, yeah.
Kill it. All right.
I'll grab some. Oops, always room for cow valves. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. I'll grab some water.
Oh yeah. What do I need? I need this one here, and one there. What else do we got? Yep, that one can go there. That one can go here. But yes, hopefully you guys are having a great week, and you can see us and hear us, and that's what it's all about. And before you know it, we'll crack into it. On the last stream, I think I did one of the foam rudder at the back there, and I think Richard was working on the wings. So I think theoretically speaking, I think we're looking pretty good on the wings. So I think maybe if we're lucky, we better get the strut in. And that's going to be cool, and then we can put the strut in, and then it'll be all, as they say, hunky-dory. That's what it's all about. And what about yourselves? Were you guys working on planes this week? Yeah, let us know. And I'll bring the camera in from this side for the split screen effect. Yeah, I'm just setting the camera up. All right.
Put my microphone back on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What do you reckon about there? Maybe a bit closer to that one so you can see it.
Which one?
A little bit closer. That should be right. Can you see that? I think so.
There you go.
It's okay? Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Maybe move that back a bit.
Back a bit. Maybe it changes to split screen. I think we can do that.
All good?
It's there. That way.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe turn this one down.
Turn this one down. Turn this one down a little bit.
There you go. How's that look? All right.
But yes. How's that look?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
It's alright, eh?
Yeah.
See you, Richard.
Yeah, I think it's good. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, cool. So we're going to start sanding the...
Yep.
Sanding that? Yeah. Okay.
Sandy, which part, Richard, are we working on?
Happy says he's currently working on a hangar 9. Oh, Hangar 9 Tailorcraft version V2. Just getting her all cleaned up and wiped down.
Sweet, sweet Tailorcraft. Sweet.
Are we using it tomorrow? Or later today? Either way, cool.
Right. When you say sanding, are you going to sand these, did you? A little bit?
Yeah.
Right. Alright.
So I thought I'd start with sanding this, clean it up a bit. Looks and sounds great, fellas. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
There you go, is it Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Using some sandpaper.
Alright. And I'll be back in a second, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You could do it, Phil. Where you go? Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so I thought I'd do some sanding. Got to start somewhere. Yeah. And what do we get up to this week, guys? Obviously, Happy's is pretty busy with his hangar. Oh, Hangar 9, sorry. Take the crop fish. Yeah. Maybe we could bring it up on the screen in a couple of minutes. That could be cool. Is that full scale? Or is it a full scale aircraft? Or what scale is it? No current plans to fly, but no current plans to fly, okay. But it's ready to fly through. Just need to clean it up a bit. Yeah, cool, that's a great idea. I'm sure it looks spick and span when it's all ready to go. Or by the time it's ready to go, shall I say. What's up? Yeah, you can turn it on, see if it's gonna. Or I guess you can have a look to see if it's gonna. If there's no spring ring or something. Just have a look now.
Yeah, we'll do.
Take that light if you want.
I'll turn this on.
Yeah.
Which one? FB or the other one?
I think you said. Yeah, you said that one. Yeah. So I thought I'd start with sanding on this one for this section, just because that's where we sort of left off. I filled it in, so. Might as well sand it down.
Sand it down a little bit.
So
and then,
I guess you'd say this is kind of before and this is a little bit afterwards. Yeah. Awesome. I guess the other thing that we were sort of discussing before this live stream is who does anybody have any ideas or suggestions who they might like us to interview, or like some kind of expert? Like we've had Ernesto Gainzer on, which is the 3 times Guinness World Record holder. We've had Melvin, which was the DRL expert pilot, and the other one that comes to mind was Mike Owen and John Ferguson.
and
Trey from what's he from? He is from
Miami.
Is he called Miami? Yeah, so he sort of specializes in sort of flying over water, basically. It's quite good in that way. It's about a 20cc, Happy says.
Oh, nice.
And
That's quite a big one.
I think it's an 80-inch wingspan. And they do make a full scale. Okay. That's pretty big. 80 inches. Wow. How do you start? Does it have a, because some aircrafts that size, they have a starter, like just you push the button or flick the remote and they've got a starter? Or is this one, you've still got to use the old sort of nose cone starter? Either way, it's fine. Maybe one week you could interview Harry. And then interview Harry, and then next week you get interview Richard. Well, there you go.
That's funny.
Classic. Hello, Harry. Now, what's your thoughts on the show? So far, so good.
That's funny.
That's quite clever.
And it's good.
Alright.
Yes, well, if you're just joining us on this live stream, we are in our workshop working on the RC Eagle. It's a 3D printed aircraft with a propeller on the front for propulsion, optional with this particular design. It's not our particular design, so we can't claim it, but it is quite a good one, or at least we think so. And how far into the build are we? We're quite a sizable distance. We've got roughly, I think it's a 2-meter wingspan, and so far everything seems to be going well. Got some interesting issues with the way that our printing software decided to print it out, but I think we're overcoming those obstacles as we're walking along. It's got lightweight filament on the back here, and then it has PLA Pro on the forewing at the front. All good?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Harry's in the background working on the prints that we're going to be needing for this week's episode. So it's all happening live. We're quite busy in the workshop today. It's okay. Happy's particular aircraft it's set up with a brushless motor to run. Okay, run on it. We're good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yep. And Robert says, just finish up mounting the wings and V-tails. Oh, okay. Which particular aircraft is my twin dreams Nimbus?
Oh, Nimbus.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
It's I think it's 1800 millimeters wingspan. Whoa, that's pretty good.
1.8, eh?
1.8. And how's it going? You winning? Hopefully you are.
Have you got your phone with you? Or just check it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just in the background. You can't see me. I'm just off camera. I'm just working on.
He's hiding.
Oh no, you can see it from that other camera. There's always another camera.
There's always another camera, man.
But yeah, I'm just setting this up.
Yes, so he's working on the K2 3D printer at the moment. Has Happy had a chance to look at his, was it a Bamboo Lab A1, wasn't it? Have you had a chance to get that out of packaging there, Happy, this week? Hopefully you managed to do it.
And what's the weather like? Is it still pretty cold over in the States? Or wherever we are in the world?
Okay, Robert said he's programming his flight controller right now. What software are you using there, dude?
Sounds sick.
It's pretty cool. And what sort of stage are you at? Sort of the early stages of programming these guys, or more towards the end?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay. It's got the right filament in, so.
Yeah. Yeah, SD cards in.
Sorry, when you
No, no biggie.
Yep. Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining in, everyone. If you are just joining us in the workshop today, we're working on the RC Eagle, and currently we're streaming on multiple
Different
platforms at the same time. But
Mainly-
what they normally say, if you want the real deal, you go for YouTube. He is using iNave, I think. Yeah, iNave. Cool.
No.
I haven't done too much in the world of iNave. What's your experience been like? Quite happy with it? I'm sure you are. And it's raining. Rain tonight, snow tomorrow. There we go, diversifying. I guess it would be sleet then, right? And Happy said the X1 is still hiding in his box.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the AMS one.
Till life shows down. Fair enough. Fair enough. At least you know where it is.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to run off.
It's not going to run off, so it's all good.
Where'd my sandpaper go? Where'd that go?
In my hand.
No, my sandpaper. I bought two out. Oh, okay.
I don't know where your sandpaper went.
Oh, that's good. I thought I had two.
But later on in the stream, we're going to be giving you a sort of a hint in what Harry's actually doing in the background there. So stay tuned to that. That's for the episode that is, what? Should we say, what's the probability of it happening on Tuesday? High?
Don't know.
I guess you just get it done, man. We'll say it's Ancient Hydro Racing possible. How about that? Okay, yeah. So the setup time's quite good. It's half the time of autopilot. That's cool.
Nice. Sweet.
Happy says, I can't honestly say I've had 0 issues with my printer because it's still in the box. Well, there you go. I can honestly say there's 0 issues. That's cool, man. See, that's 100 out of 100.
100, and so you got 100%.
What's your issues like? Completely perfect.
Completely perfect. I am 100% happy.
100% happy with the results thus far.
There you go. So,
and Robert says, don't get me wrong about autopilot has its place. Yeah, but it's so much easier to use iNav. Yeah,
okay,
fair enough.
sweet.
So maybe we could do a bit more into the world of iNav at some point.
maybe we could do an iNav project. Who knows? If you guys want to see that sort of thing, possibly.
What do you think we should dive into if we were doing an iNav project? I guess something that's compatible with iNav.
Yeah, it doesn't work on iNav. Maybe I'll pop that over there so I don't knock it or break it, and that's the tail is just moving over there.
Yeah, you're right. It's quite full on with the autopilot setups when you do those, or autoplane or whatever it is. It's very.
It's full on.
It's full on. You wouldn't say it's.
No rest for the wicked, as they say.
You got one foot in front of the other, right? Did you say that?
1 foot in front of the other. And make sure you're wearing the right shoes. Yeah, for sure. But there you go. We're currently doing a bit of sanding.
Sorry if the audio is a bit loud. It's just you're sanding, so give us a bit of a break.
Do apologise, as they say.
Give me a break, man.
Oh yeah, so good.
Okay. What do you say? More like it's not for the
Mild of heart, autopilot. Yeah, it's full on, yeah, for sure.
You gotta
be,
really,
as they say,
really passionate about it. Right?
Yeah. Also, you gotta be, as they say, you gotta have your wheat bix.
I don't think other countries have wheat bix.
I don't know. Do they have that sort of thing? Is that a cereal over there in other countries? Is that one done up there? Is that ready?
I could probably do it.
Oh, yeah.
Just put it straight on it. Which one?
Well, the only one.
The only one. Have you done the board?
Hey?
Have you put the board down?
I'll put the glue down, yeah.
Oh yeah.
How
would I know which one it is? Oh yeah, just normal. Yeah, okay.
Just normal. But yeah. Anyway, just fixing these seams, making it look good. Robin says he's got 4 drones that run on autopilot. Nice. Very cool. I guess we have 1 or 2, don't we?
Yeah.
All good? What do you think?
Yeah, it's all good.
Right. Hopefully it runs all good. It's not a particularly super long print, that one, I don't think.
It's like 2 hours and
2 hours and something, so it's just a kind of a little fella.
With a bit of luck, does it?
Yeah. Happy says I've only messed much with beta flight. Oh yeah, nice. And more recently, just doing everything on my phone through the app and loves it. Nice. Oh yeah. I think Speedy B came out with a connector to use
Speedy.
Yeah, to use it speedily. But no, beta flight, yeah, cool. Robert says even my DJI crop sprayer has its own ground control. Sorry. Yes, it would, wouldn't it? It'd be proprietary of the DJI world. Very cool though, and I think it was quite a big one, right?
Which one?
the crop sprayer. I imagine there'd be quite a big
yeah,
propeller. So
yeah.
I can't remember. Robert has said before.
What's the lift capacity on that? I'm sure you can fly in it, right?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. Although I did see a guy strap himself into one. I think went for a ride.
Yeah, we're not talking about like safety issues on that.
No. The ethics of that, I'm not too
Oh
sure.
man, what do you say? Doing the same thing again.
Has anyone tried setting up a position hold on a freestyle quad?
I just turn it off.
Yeah, just cancel it. Set up position hold, which is on a freestyle quad. I don't think we've ever done.
On autopilot.
Have we done position hold on that on an autopilot?
Just if it was on loiter.
Just loiter, really? Position hold, yeah.
Just loiter. We're doing a loiter, and then we'd obviously done a ton of flights with them.
Yeah. Robert says the T50 was his agri sprayer. It's 35 kgs payload lift capacity. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's very cool. Yeah.
I just stopped it.
Yeah, you gotta be done.
What does it say?
Happy says, as they say, you may strap yourself to a flying machine, but somebody else might unstrap you. Very true, very true. And Robert, if it'll only work. Robert says if it'll only work if you have a barometer or compass and GPS. Yeah, for sure, for position hold. Absolutely, I agree with that.
Let it cool down.
Oh, yeah. Hedgehog Dusk at Sunset is enjoying the stream. Thanks very much for tuning in, brother. On yours nice see-through cheers. Thanks. Is it possible to make see-through drone invisibility cloaks? Reckon get an interview and see what happens. So get ready to interview. Yes, that's a good idea, man. Yeah, invisibility drones. Interesting thought. I mean,
So I know that Marvel did it, didn't they? With the kind of like the camera, it shows what's happening on the other side, right? Iron Man sort of does it, right?
yeah.
That's the sort of make believe.
But it's a good idea for sure.
I
I guess you could do that with a drone too, couldn't you?
There's a lot of cameras on it.
The trickiest part would be to make the motors clear, that part, like all the electronics. That would be the interesting one. But I guess if it was cameras on either side.
If it was cameras, like you said, you need a lot of cameras and a lot of. And I guess ultimately you need a way to project it that.
It's subjective to the person watching it.
Yeah.
Interesting thought there.
Cool idea though.
Cool idea. Another CGS coated with a flexi OLED display. It's a good idea.
Can you cut them to fit?
Oh no, my TV screen.
My TV doesn't work. Good idea though. It's a great idea.
Yeah, for sure.
They go on the list.
Who do we know has done an invisible? Oh, no, I don't know of anybody that's done an invisible drone. But cool idea, for sure.
I think, was it Peter Stripple did something with an invisible plane?
Yeah.
I think it was more like just a bit of like
Acrylic.
right? Acrylic.
Yeah, acrylic.
Yeah. It's not that
Truly invisible. No, but still, it was a good thing. Good thing to do. Anyway, so we're just doing a bit of sanding. I guess the idea is to make it look good before we can put it on together, isn't it? so then you don't knock it while you're on something. But yes, yes. So thanks so much for tuning into this stream. We'll carry on the YouTube. Yeah, so head over there if you want to carry on. But thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. So it's all this nice bit there. Happy said I had an RC plane once, but I painted it with clear paint. How I can't seem to find it. Now, there's another film that I was thinking of. It's called the Switchblade. It's on I Spy. Is that with Eddie Murphy and Wilson? Yeah, they star in it. It's called the Switchblade. It's quite cool. And it's kind of like, I think the way they do it on that film is kind of like they've got a switch on the like a key fob, like a car, and he turns it, changes it.
And then he loses the
invisible.
key fob. I think he loses the key fob.
They break the key fob, right?
So whatever.
Yeah. Who's seen that film? It's quite a good one. So I guess you'd say that was the movie of the week on live stream edition.
The live stream edition.
Yeah, that would be the issue, wouldn't it? If you couldn't see it, it'd be a bit of a problem. I guess if you were flying from inside the aircraft, like with an FPV camera, say, it would be pretty cool. Okay, yeah, Robert's heading off for the day. Thanks very much for joining in there, Robert. All the best, and thanks very much for the effort.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Cool. Well, if you're just joining us on live stream, we are in the workshop working on the RC Eagle. Previously, we were showing what was happening on the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft. So remember all reruns and all that kind of action. Head over to YouTube and check out the playlist.
Yeah, see. Happy says he can't stay up too late myself. He's got an early morning and it's been a long day. I bet. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. We appreciate it either way. Another says you just bolt some large mirrors to it. No, that's invisible. I like an invisible plane. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Good, actually. Yeah.
You wouldn't want to crash there, would you? It'd be a bit of bad luck.
Yeah. 7 years bad luck. I guess depending on
each panel.
Each panel's another year, right? Another 7 years.
Knight is still young in California. Oh, nice.
California. We were big fans of the OC at one point in time.
Yes, long time ago. OC was where it was at.
Yeah. Not sure if you're a fan of the particular film, but it was cool.
Series,
yeah, series.
But either way. Anyway, so you can see what I'm doing there. I'm just sanding it. Oh, hang on. About there, you can see where I've done, and then where I need to go. But yes, there you go. The idea is to get it done, make it look good. But yes, either way, thanks so much for tuning into these live streams. We appreciate you all very much. And yes, making this RC Eagle wouldn't be the same without you guys. Thanks.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be really quite cool.
Yeah.
Yep. But we're making some headway, as you can tell. This nice little bit there. It's a lot better than this bit here. Where we're at. So Harry's doing the same thing with his particular wing. Whereas I'm trying to do the same thing with my wing.
We're using quite a hard, pretty tough grade. Yeah, you're not. Normally, you probably wouldn't use that, but we want it looking good, right? You'd probably go down in grades. I don't think we'll need to do that. We'll be just carrying on like this and then jumping in to sticking it together. That's where it's at.
And what did another CG get up to today? Anything exciting? I bet you did. Sure, there's lots of cool things to do in California, right?
Yeah, like beaches. Yeah, how's that again?
Yeah.
Just making whirling sounds in the background. Just there you go. That's 3D printers for you.
What is Happy?
Happy says I probably would have it flying by now without all our silly comments. Oh no,
Nah, it's cool.
makes the day for sure. It's not all just about building it; it's about sharing it.
What do you say? Sharing is caring?
Sharing is caring. But yes, looking good.
And how's that, was it a Hanger 9? How's he going? Have you got him all sorted?
What happened to Hanger 10? No?
We don't talk about Hanger 10.
No, we don't.
We don't talk about Hanger 10.
We don't. We talk about that one. But yes, this bird is coming together. As I say, thanks very much for tuning in. Appreciate you all very much, past, present, and future. And we're in the workshop working on this guy, 3D printed eagle. Hang on, put a tape there. And that's where it's at. That's what we're making. A little recap for you guys. Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And earlier in the stream, we were showing the extra behind-the-scenes footage about the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft, which was the wind tunnel testing episode that came out on YouTube on Tuesday this week. Very cool episode.
Was a cool episode to make.
Yeah.
Share with you guys. Happy says the wings are all done, and now for the fuselage. Whoa, wow, you're making
there
good
you go.
time.
Yeah, it sounds like you're beating us there, Happy.
Faster.
I'll sand him at his end. I feel it's. I've got to lose, I think.
Yeah. But yes, we are hard out on the workshop working on this guy.
It was quite good to see the wind results or fog results, I guess, smoke results from that rear motor bar. It's quite good.
Was, isn't it? I was interested in it. And then what else we got? We got later on the stream. We will give you a hint for the upcoming episode on Tuesday. A new build,
New series
that will be starting. So
quite cool.
well, hopefully you guys like it. It's it's
So stay tuned
derived from a lot of your suggestions and whatnot. So
and based on it's a development on some of the other designs that we've come up with in the past.
Well, I guess every project we make, you learn the different things, and then make the next project even better, right? That's what it's all about.
Any suggestions or ideas about what you think it might be?
Oh yeah, any guesses?
Any guesses?
Yeah.
Any guesses?
It's not the invisible plane because we can't
find it.
Can't find it. visible plane, visible drone.
Making some headway there, guys.
There you go. What's happening? Working on these wings, coming together.
And like we always say, remember, if you've got any questions about any of the designs or projects that we're working on, feel free to put your comment or suggestion or idea into the in the chat. And we'll
Try and answer it.
try and answer if you've got any questions.
Happy says, is it the invisible plane version 2? We've already thought of version 1 on the stream. I've already made version 2. Damn, that's fast.
Man, that's fast.
Maybe.
2.0. Where did I leave my plane?
Now, I knew I took off. Now, where did I put that drone? You would really want like an RTL on that, wouldn't you? Now,
You can hear it.
I can hear it, but I can't.
Oh, you got me.
Can't
It'd
see
be really quite hard to see. Like you'd have to put lights on it, right, to see which is the front or which is the back.
Oh, like if you're flying it like line of sight.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
testing or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now, where did I put that thing? You'd have to make it visible so you can tune it, and then invisible.
Yeah. I guess you could make it like selective invisible. Selective
yeah.
invisible.
Like with a remote or something.
Yeah,
On a
like
switch.
was it another CD suggested with a LCD screen type?
Yeah, okay.
I think it's down there. And check to see what it's doing.
Check us out.
Hopefully it's behaved himself.
Yeah, for sure.
And it is. It's good.
Yep. Cool.
You want to see?
Happy days?
Yeah.
Happy days.
So it's
Cool.
at 0%. Great.
There you go.
Good
Oh.
stuff.
Maybe, oh, I can't really show you what. I was going to turn the camera.
Well, you can see it. You can't see anything. I'll just show what.
Turn that camera.
Yeah.
Just so you can see that there's other projects worked on.
There you go. Camera's working.
Up a little bit higher, which is kind of an angle. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
There you go. Printer's working.
Good. Yay. That's one of, what, 100 pieces? No, who knows, who knows. We won't say how big it is. We'll say 2,000 pieces. One of a few.
Yeah.
But I guess our designs these days aren't.
So I guess that was part of the hint.
That was a part of the hint. If you missed it, go back, scrub back on that stream.
I might even given the game away. I might have got the angle wrong, right? But that's okay. You know, you gotta risk these things, right? You can't live in the safe zone.
That's right. Gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Yes.
Is that one doing anything? Is it in that hype thing? All good? All good?
Yep, yeah, I think it's still working. I thought it might have gone to sleep or something. Yeah, it looks like it's still going.
Cool. We always have to thank everyone for tuning in, past, present, and future.
Yeah.
These things, I know that like anything, it requires quite a large effort to turn up to this stuff.
Yeah, appreciate
So
it.
thanks very much, as always. And if you're joining us on other social medias other than YouTube, if we decide to end the stream early, remember you can always jump in on the YouTube which is where all the action happens. Then we continue on with the live stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Seem to be making some headway. So you
Yeah.
can see what we're doing there. Maybe I need to back up a bit with that camera. Let's have a look.
Is it too close?
Yeah, it might be a bit close.
Happy says.
There you go. It's better.
But, oh, you can see a bit better now. Biscuit actually sounds
Oh,
pretty,
2%. It's going good. Awesome.
Biscuit actually sounds pretty good. And now I'm hungry and I don't have any food in the workshop. No!
What?
Oh, no.
You need a pizza oven.
Well, you need one of those, you need a drone to deliver it to you.
Yeah. Where's Amazon when you need it?
No, you can get it sent. Or like one of those, like, you know, what they do in like those real fancy libraries where they have the books. Go along on a train, yeah, like a model
book
train.
train.
What?
Book train.
Yeah, but in this case it'd be a food train. Send it down to the workshop.
Yeah. Workshop train.
A workshop train, or otherwise you could have one of those, like an autonomous machine that goes like a rover that goes and gets it for you. I feel that's pretty lazy. But still.
What's wrong with some exercise?
Actually, that's something that I made years and years ago when I was a little kid. I invented a, when we were at science fair, wasn't it, Jim? We made a mail bot thing. And, oh no, it was the, that sort of thing. And then,
They got the mail.
It got the mail, so it'd go out in the rain and pick it up.
Very little.
That was kind of a good idea at the time.
It was cool.
Won some awards for it. As a little kid, you know, as an adult, you'd probably be just like, oh, that's okay. But as a little kid, that was pretty cool.
I think we were pretty pleased at the time.
Yeah, at the time, I was pretty pleased. But I think that was like science fair, those sorts of things. I'm sure you guys have. I'm not sure what they call them over in the, other countries, but yeah, that's what they were called over here. Science fair.
Did you guys do science fair when you were little? It's a bit different if you say that you did science fair when you were an adult.
That's right. Well, you could be like a convention or something.
Oh, yeah.
Pizza, the food of inventors. So where's that?
Yeah. What was that?
So,
I think a poster fell down.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Probably just the wind or something. But yes, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream and we're making some headway. The idea is to have it looking good, and then that way it goes together and flies better. More aerodynamics. This won't be the final result. We'll give it a paint job, or maybe like you're saying earlier in the stream, maybe add some feathers to it.
4%.
It was Robert's idea.
Was it another CG? It might have been another CG.
Oh, maybe. Oh, okay.
Or combined.
Combined effort on the stream. Either way, it was a good idea.
So at the moment we've got, of the ideas that are coming, we've got invisible plane, and we've got
Invisible drone.
Put some invisible drone and invisible and feathers on the
On this, what we're
this
making.
particular aircraft.
All good ideas. All good ideas.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I feel what Happy's just written down there was the pizza's the food of inventors. I feel that you've almost like written like a slogan there. Do you think?
Like a motto.
Like a motto.
Like it's somebody's business motto right there. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to carry on, head over to our
YouTube channel.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm just in the background playing around with the cameras.
Yeah, he's doing the paperwork, you'd say?
No, I suppose so.
Yeah. So if you're just joining in on the live stream, we are working on the RC Eagle. And early in the stream, you're welcome to scrub back. We were showing you some more in-depth footage on the wind tunnel testing. That was the Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft. That was, of course, the episode this week.
Yeah, that's where it was at.
What did it say?
Happy says that's a motto for you guys. The pizza is probably my favorite food too, and I'm hungry right now. What have we done, Richard? What have we done? Actually, we had pizza for lunch, so there you go. Thinking about it. Because we had pizza last night. Wait, yes, there you go. We made a pizza last night, but you always make more pizza, so then you can get more pizza.
Last one, you mean?
There you go.
And how's that aircraft going there, Happy? You get it all done? Are you past the wings yet? Since we're sort of in a somewhat competition at the moment. I feel that we're not going to win that competition.
No. But anyway, we're working on this Eagle. It's coming together.
At the moment we're just working on the wings, we're sanding it down. So this is what I've done. We're up to about here. I got a little bit more of a ways to go. Harry's doing the same on his wing. So I think mine's the right wing and yours is the left wing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy says most of the fuselage is all done. Wow, okay.
Wow.
But I'm cleaning, you guys sanding. Probably not fair for you guys.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to win tonight.
No.
I'm not going to throw in the towel, I'm going to keep going. You know, like the tortoise and the hare, you know?
Maybe.
You might, for example, at your end, you might stop, you know, get distracted, but we'll just keep on trucking.
Yeah, so it's all right.
Ultimately, we'll win.
Funny. Is there a special technique for what we're doing at the moment, Richard?
You're backwards and forwards with your hand?
Backwards and forwards make it look good?
Yeah. Is there a particular grip that we're using?
No, just pretty rough.
At this stage anyway, we might go back over with a finer one.
Oh, might do. Might not need to though. In an ideal world, we get their wings on, but I said that on the last stream, and we didn't get there yet, so I'll just say we'll get there when it's ready, I guess.
I'll get there when I'm ready.
But yeah, there's still quite a few things we got to do. We got to put the got to be able to mount the wings, and then we got to put the finger feathers on. And then what else we got to do? We got to put motors on.
We're going to put the motors in. That's right. We've got the motors here and here. So it's ESC motor. They're the ones that go with it.
Oh yep.
And
electronics, paint, all good stuff. All coming up on the stream. Not this bit. Not this. I don't think we can do all that in this stream. But on us, on the stream series, yeah.
String series.
Yeah. I'd be impressed if you could do all that in one stream. That'd be like a very long stream.
You'd be on fire, wouldn't you?
It'd be a very long stream. It'd be a stream marathon if you're doing that.
Man, I feel that you'd be quite tired at the end of it.
Oh, you would.
Normally when they do say they used to do telethons, right? Where you call in.
Oh, back in the day we're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't know if they do that sort of thing now.
Have you ever seen a telethon lately? Anyone?
Do you know what we're talking about?
Do you even know what a telethon is?
A telethon used to be a thing that people used to call in, and basically the idea was not to get off the phone, pretty much, isn't it?
They go for a long period of time. They bring in like special guests and things like that to keep it going, right?
Yeah, do they have that sort of thing? Maybe a Texathon? I don't know if that's the thing anymore, but anyway.
Bring back the telethon. No, that was a horrible thing.
But I guess the idea was for a good cause. Then.
Yeah.
Usually they were for good
normally
cause.
they're doing it like a charity type thing. So.
Yeah. It wasn't just somebody ringing up and hassling someone. I will not get off the phone. Yeah.
Here's a question: has anybody won anything in like a radio contest?
Oh yeah. Or any contest for that matter.
Oh yeah.
Could be like a competition contest.
Oh, you mean like a surfing contest?
Well, it could be a playing contest, who knows?
Oh yeah, a playing contest, yeah.
Happy says it's supposed to be forwards, then backwards, and not backwards and forwards. Gotta redo all that over again. Oh, something must have happened. Oh no. Oh no. Not so good. And apparently for us it's Friday about
4:50
4:50
in the afternoon.
So yeah, just let us know what the time is over there.
Where you are in the world.
It's always kind of interesting to see.
People are tuning in from all over the world to see this. Can you believe that, Harry?
Amazing, really, isn't it?
It's kind of cool.
Technology, right?
The intranet. Intranet. Bringing people together. I guess it's pretty cool.
But anyway, that's my go there, if you can see. Oh, there he is. Let me bring it up into there.
Oh, I'm in your way.
That's right. It's a little bit smoother. You can see not as much drag, I guess you'd say, in the way. Maybe not the best yet, but definitely better than it was. Sounds like it's going, yep. Just happily going in the background. Hedgehog does says. Oh, we saw speaking about hedgehogs, we saw a hedgehog last night. Yes, happy little hedgehog walking along, doing its thing. Yeah, eating grubs and doing that sort of thing. We said, oh, hey hedgehog, how you been? Sonic was doing his thing. Nice. It will take as long as it takes. Yeah, absolutely. I won a grocery grab raffle, 2 minutes to run through the supermarket and load the whole trolley. Wow!
Well,
I
there you
didn't know
go.
that. That's cool. Nice scratch and keep on itching. Yeah, like that itching powder, right? For sure. Gotta keep scratching it.
What was your approach to that? Did you sort of like work out like where you get like what aisle you're gonna go down to, or did you just sort of just like mad dash grab anything you saw? So I feel that some people would go like, you know, they work it out like this is the most expensive items over here. TVs, VCR.
What's this?
Well, like, you know, like when they're talking about with the award, you know, running in, grab your items as you run through. You know, the trolley, whatever you can chuck into the trolley.
Oh yeah, interesting.
What was your approach? Did you just like
go to the closest item and just grab that and then throw it on the trolley, or
because one item would be not to go anywhere, right? And then just chuck whatever the whole aisle that's closest to you,
including the shelf, anything you can.
Anything, just go like that into the trolley.
Don't move from the start line. Technically, start stripping off the parts.
Because people used to do that thing where they'd win cars by like just putting their hand on the car, right? And it's who can hold the hand on the car the longest wins the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It got a bit ridiculous, but you know.
Who would grab a vet? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it was a strange thing. I'm not sure. Not quite sure what that was meant to be.
Probably a spelling mistake.
Probably a spelling mistake. But yes, either way, thanks for joining the stream. That's right. But yes, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys.
So you're just tuning in. We're working on the RC Eagle. Just this one here. Here we go.
And there's one wing.
We're working on the wings at the moment. There's what do you call it? A YouTube live stream series that we're working on. And we've been at it for a little bit now, but it is coming together. We've got the main body here. There's just this one here, and we're working on the wings.
Make it look good.
And at some point, we're going to join them and put some
Struts and electronics through.
and electronics, and then fire up and make sure it all works.
That's what it's all about.
And ideally, at some point, fly, right?
Would you chuck a two-stroke carb engine on the Mark II? Oh, there you go. Should be quick, wouldn't he? Two-stroke. Whee!
Man, those things are grunty.
Those things are gassy.
Really noisy, right?
Yes. Some of the people we fly with at the aerodrome, they got some little two-strokes there. There's one guy there with a four-stroke, but mainly two-strokes. Man, they make a sound. Man, they can go pretty good too.
Totally good, especially with the pylon races, right?
Pylon races, yeah. They can hop along pretty quick.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
You can't. Some of them are so quick that you can barely see, right? They're sort of like doing sort of like more like I'm gonna turn at some point. Turn.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
No, then it's good, Andy. Very cool. And Hedgehog says nice with the Hedgehog. I had a plan to hit the nice meals and cheese and beers. Kind of checked in the moment. 2 minutes. Felt like 10 seconds. Yeah, for sure. No, you don't. They're kind of funny little guys. They're quite nice. I quite like them.
Everybody's talking about the. He's talking about the like grabbing from the trolley thing.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
What?
Any four-stroke aeroplane engines? Absolutely. Yep.
Yes.
It's not as common as a two-stroke, but yeah, absolutely for sure.
Yeah.
They usually generate a lot bigger for sure. So
they don't look like a regular motor.
No. What about you, Happy? Do you have a four-stroke and in your collection? You might do. You never know.
Some of them have their own little starter motors on board, and you can flick them as a switch.
Yeah.
Like if you get dead stick, they can flick them again, and hopefully it'll kick up again.
Yeah, that is
quite handy.
That is one of the
benefits, right?
Benefits, for sure.
Otherwise, it's dead stick all the way down, right?
Yep, and you got to ride it out. Well, I guess it's pretty realistic to the real thing.
Yeah, not too many people are going to get out of their own aircraft and start spinning it.
Raj joined the stream. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in.
They did.
Chuck a two-stroke. The Mark II. Yeah, for sure. Four-stroke. RC would be so heavy. Yes, it would be. And they're quite big planes that run them for sure.
Yeah. They're into what they call the CAR class, which is a
in New Zealand.
In New Zealand, in different countries, a bit different name, but yeah, heavy RC plane class. Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily size. It's also about weight as well.
And often that, even though it is a four-stroke, they do tend to get them at scale, right? So just because they could potentially produce a lot, they actually scale them down so they're at the scale of the aircraft. So let's say something like a big I was thinking like a Tiger Moth or something like that. They tend to go quite slow, even though they could potentially, the motor could be actually
running a lot
hotter.
Yeah, but
they make them so they're actually to the scale of that aircraft, like a bullpup or so.
Yeah, to make it look more like the real thing. Happy says he sold most of those gas planes and went electric for the sake of maintenance, but only one large two-stroke at the moment. Yeah, no worries. Have we ever flown a two-stroke? Is that what I'm thinking is what it's meant?
Yes, yep.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
It just flies.
Have we ever flown a four-stroke?
No.
Don't think so. But
they weren't our aircrafts, but yeah, they fly exactly the same, just a lot noisier.
Just a lot noisier, but they're all good, yeah, for sure. Good to see you dudes happy to tune in. Oh, cheers, man, thanks so much. And super excited to see the Mark II, yeah, for sure. Was it the Mark II came out on, what was the last episode on that one? Was that 2 weeks ago?
It might have been, yeah.
It might have been 2 weeks ago.
It was cool.
It was cool.
So that one was all about bringing the articulation of the arm movements, right, into the different flight modes.
And the different flight modes, for sure.
So we did 3 different flight modes in the end, right? So one was for glide.
Oh, yeah.
One was for like tracking or that kind of thing, right? So speed. And the other one was for braking, undershoot, under canopy.
Yeah, like a flare at the end, because you're coming in hot. You want to come in flare, for sure. That's where it's at. Yeah.
So yes, I think that guy's moving into the world of the flight testing phase, right?
Next time you see him.
Yeah.
And actually, quite a lot of them. The show's coming into flight testing phase.
That's right. So the Coaxial this week started its flight testing phase, right?
And the smoke machine.
We've got the FPV Jetman. He's starting its flight testing phase, as long as also the Mark II wingsuit as well.
And 3's already when it first made in flight, so he's
on to the next phase, the recovery and then the modification, then go again.
Yeah, for sure. That's what you want to see. You want to see success
with the Mark III. Should we go to keep the test the same, like go from the same spot, or should we go from a different location?
Oh yeah. That's a good idea.
It was quite enough spot though. Maybe not the highest location in the world, but it was.
It came out pretty good.
There we go. Look at the
V8 on the Mark II. Yeah. Have anybody made a miniaturized V8? You can get little miniature model of V8s, V6s, and those sorts of things. Quite rare.
It's possible.
It is possible. You normally get them as like a bench thing. I don't know if too many people would have put them into.
I've seen people put
operating.
them in. I've seen that most of it's just for aesthetics, right?
Aesthetics and to see all the mechanics work at such a small scale, which is pretty badass, you know. Have we ever seen one? I think we did see one once in Auckland. It was
was it a boat? Did you put it on a boat or a car?
We were working a boat. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was just like it was scaled to fit the style. How is the Mark II? Yes, he's looking good. He's just sitting there on the bench, doing his thing, for sure. Yep. There you go.
What do you think our approach should be for launching that guy?
Should we take him up?
Should we make a custom aircraft to lift him?
Should we wait for the quad VTOL dropship to be all ready?
What's our approach, guys?
Or should we just
or should we find some
giant rock?
A giant rock and do a base jump off him? Or I was thinking, because it would have to be a lot higher than the Mark III's location.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Always funny.
Just a unique quirk with that guy, right? Cool though, nonetheless.
Andy says, have you evaluated the extremities of the flying Dutch rudder? I think you're talking about the coaxial plane. No, but they'll be coming up on the next episode for sure, to see how that performs. Is there an effect in the as it moves backwards and forwards? It'll be interesting to see it as it taxis along the ground as well. So that'll be interesting. We rarely use rudder for any flying that we do. We always just bank it over and yank it. But that's just how we roll.
How we roll.
Ross says he's a huge fan of the Mark II. Cheers, man. Thanks.
Did you want to bring him down to you?
What's that?
The Mark II.
I guess we could. If you're asking about the Mark II, I can bring him in.
Okay, Harry's going to go and fetch him.
I'm
you guys
bring
can
him
have a closer look at him since you're interested in the Mark II, which is he's cool. Yeah. All good?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, that's good. I'll bring him down.
Yeah, so early in the stream we were assessing the data that came in from the wind tunnel. That was this week's episode. You can welcome to go back and check that out on YouTube. Just you can scroll back on the live stream or just watch it once this is finished. But it's pretty good. We're just showing some extra footage, slow motion shots with smoke added and all that kind of stuff. Extra scenes that we couldn't add into the into the final edit that made the episode up. Harry's just about to grab the Mark II wingsuit and bring it down so you guys can have a look. To see where he's at in the sequence for him. And I've successfully managed to sand one whole side, and now I am working on the other side. I think Harry's on the same side.
Yeah, I'm working on the bottom.
Yeah, he's on that side. Yeah, nice. Good
Okay, I can bring him up. There he is. There is.
stuff. So this is the Mark II RC wingsuit design.
Hopefully they can see it. Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah. So effectively Harry scanned, as many of you know, down in scale
From that
down.
angle?
Yeah, well, sort of.
Quite sort of. There you go. You can see his FPV camera up there. Oh, hang on, there's the camera. Oh, there's the camera over there.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, just taking a close look at the Mark II.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh,
Yeah, nice.
nice. Okay, don't have really enough room.
Yeah. So thanks very much for joining everyone for these streams. I know it takes a bit of effort, so thanks very much. And as always, if you've got any comments, suggestions, ideas for future projects or the current projects, remember to leave the comment. Don't hesitate. Hang on, I can't see that. It's a bit far away over here. Let's have a look. I'll get up close. Pretty rad. Oh, okay, there we go. Yep. Pretty rad. Yeah, nice. Thanks very much. I think I've got something fell down over there. I'll grab that. There you go. There you go. Okay.
Got this on?
Yeah.
Any more on the Instagram one?
No. Have you done that face? Good face. Oh, yeah. Nice. I guess you just leave them go. It's not hurting anyone.
No, that's not.
Yes, thanks very much for everyone joining in on this live stream. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Working currently on the RC Eagle. That is, of course, the series. And at the same time, we're sort of looking at some of the other projects like the Mark II
Oh, yeah,
RC wingsuit that we have been designing and making on the channel.
And looking forward to sending that one.
And in the background, we are working on next week's episode because the turnover for us is intense. But it is a good turnover nonetheless. Exciting. Exciting to make these things reality at like Mark 1.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
I guess that's why it's called the Ancient Android Racing Show.
Yeah.
Well, it's racing for us.
You're racing from our point of view at least. Are we going to give them an insight to what or is the episode or potentially could be the episode next week on Tuesday? We probably should. It's best not to leave people hanging. So what's going to be our sort of insight? What should we say?
Yeah. So we said it. Yeah, I guess the clue is coming out on Tuesday, a new series, and the clue is Rachel. So if you know what that means, you know what's happening coming up. So
well, at least somewhat of the design.
Somewhat. So there you go. That's the little clue, and if you miss that, I can only say it once. So there you go. That's the clue for coming up next week on Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's a brand new series coming in. So it's pretty exciting. It's one we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
They're putting it on pause, and hopefully all going well. Everything plays ball. We get the camera, get the editing done,
And that's what's all.
get the project done, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, Tuesday we'll be able to release it for everyone.
Never seen anything flying. Yes. Well, that's half the time the fun is in the making. So that's one of those things too. But yes, we do fly quite a lot of our projects, and you are welcome to join on some of the live streams where we go out flying as well. Good shout.
We just haven't been doing that lately, have we?
No,
We should be doing some live stream flights, right?
Yeah. Maybe we could do some more.
What would you like to see on a live stream flight? I know that we've got to do the Kapari from its catapult launcher, right? We've got to do that one.
Yeah.
That's like a must since we built it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So this would be like, what, the maiden flight for that one?
Yeah, and this one will need to be flying.
This one will have to be flying.
Once it's all
I have
done.
to figure out how to like to be able to bring the camera closer to the action.
Yeah, maybe
right?
put a like a strap an FPV cam to it.
Yeah. Because you want to be able to, the audience wants to be able to, you guys want to see what's happening on board the plane, right?
Yeah, that's where it's at. And also, what else we got to do? We got to fly the I was going to say the.
We're going to do the.
We're going to do another little maiden flight of the microtel.
Oh yeah.
And the sub skimmer.
The sub skimmer. Yeah.
Go back on the water since we fixed that one.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, lots of different streams that we got to get that done for sure.
Great ideas.
All good. How's that going?
Only so much time, right?
Yeah, for sure. Stefan's joined the stream. Thanks so much for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you very much. What websites do you buy everything from, and can I can't quite read it. Free FPV drone kit, please. So that's a nice thought. Maybe one day. Could definitely. Oh, hang on, what's going on? Thanks so much. See you over on the YouTube. This one looks like the battery's dead. Yes. Hang on.
Oh, you just fill it in properly.
Do it later. Yes, we buy our things. Most of the time, 99% of our stuff we buy it. No, we make it ourselves. So yes, that's where we get well, our ideas from. Where do we get? I guess that's the real question. Where do we get ideas from? I guess it's inspired from you guys. And
in terms of the parts, just whatever we can source in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So there's 3 main places.
Yeah, sure.
I can't say any names, but if you do any search that writes in something like drone or RC plane, New Zealand search, it'll pop up. There's only 3 of them, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah. That's for New Zealand, but also we get quite a lot of our parts from overseas. Our sponsors help a lot. Couldn't do this live stream without them. Our series or channel? Show. Yeah, so, yeah, thanks so much, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
There you go. A little bit of insight there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so maybe when all our, like some of the projects is good enough interest in and people want to purchase them, maybe one day when it's all...
Or something we could do on Patreon?
Yeah, maybe we could do
that.
Yeah,
release it on Patreon. I know that's quite big with certain different type creators.
Yeah.
They release it on Patreon.
Yeah,
I know that we do have some files on Patreon, right? We don't have...
Not too many,
we
but...
don't have too many, but we do have some on our Patreon page.
Mainly, it's if you want to sponsor the show, get extra behind-the-scenes stuff, extra tips and tricks, those sorts of things. But you're welcome to join us on Patreon, and you get a badge, like a
membership badge, pilot badge, whatever we call it. Yeah.
And he says, it's a really good show, guys. Thanks very much. Cheers, man.
Thanks.
But there you go.
But yes, we have to thank everybody for joining in, past, present, and future.
Yeah, for sure.
At the moment, we're working on these wings, doing a bit of sanding here. As you can see, this is coming a feed coming from what I can see, what I'm working on, and yeah,
For sure.
we're good.
Yeah, no,
Everything's working.
Yep.
Can you guys
Just have to answer those ones later on.
can you guys hear us and see us? Everything's coming through crystal clear.
Stefan says, what sponsors do you have? And thank you for saying my name. Because 99% don't. Oh.
Well, there you go. I guess with the
With the can-do attitude, you can do anything, for sure.
it's quite easy. You just read what's on the screen.
Yeah. So we should really be thinking like mum or something for teaching. Yes, it's true.
Or I was going to say teacher at school, but they didn't teach her any.
No,
I'd say, big thanks to the family for teaching us how to read.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, guys. What sponsors do you have for different parts at this moment in time? KiwiFil for our filament for sure. Couldn't do without you guys. And
that's a New Zealand company, and Hobby Wing for the parts here. So we've got the ESCs and motors that are used in this particular aircraft.
For some of our other projects, we are T Hobby.
Our big
T motor, sorry.
T motor
for sure. And what else is there at the moment?
They sort of cycle around.
Cycle around.
Oh, the CUAV's another one, I think.
Yeah, flight controller for the big 40 pilot coaxial plane, those sorts of things.
Yeah, I think there's more on the way. I think there's more on the way.
Maybe. Say, watch the space, as they say. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, is that name dropping?
No, you could answer your question. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
It's like when people go like, I know this person, I know that person, right?
Oh yeah. Right.
Nobody likes a name dropper.
No.
Is that one fine, or was it turned off? Or?
That one just ran out of battery power.
Do you want to plug it in?
Put it there, that one. But anyway, seems to be we're doing quite a bit of sanding on this one, and that's where it's happening. But we're making good progress. Before you know it, we'll be able to
25%. It's going good. It's going great.
put them together like that. If you can see what it'll look like. But yeah, we're making good progress in sanding. It's an important stage. If we don't get it sanded out right, then it won't fly so good, will it?
Well, I just won't look that nice, will it, either?
Well, aesthetically, probably be fine in flight, really.
Yeah.
How's that 3D printer going? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's all good. 26%.
26%?
I'll give you a little, so you guys can see the... Nah, it's too close now. It's too close. You'll be able to work out what it is. So I don't want to give anything away.
Wreck the surprise, yeah, for sure.
But if you're just joining in on the live stream, we are live on Twitch at the moment, believe it or not. We do stream on Twitch as well.
Yeah.
And currently also on YouTube. So thanks very much for everyone joining in. We are currently in the workshop working on the RC Eagle, and it is going great.
It's going
Making
good.
some good progress. And like anything, remember, don't hesitate to join in on the chat. You're more than welcome to suggest some ideas or something that you might think that we would like to build.
There's no...
Or you'd like to talk about a specific one of our projects. You're more than welcome to leave a comment and we'll get into it if we can.
Stefan says, are you guys brothers? Yes. Yes, definitely we are. Definitely.
Definitely. Arguably twin brothers. Arguably. Arguably.
This particular filament, the black stuff is lightweight filament.
Who's older? I am.
Sure.
It's an easy question. I can do that.
And the rainbow colored one is recycled PLA.
Yes, that's right. So
PLA plus, technically. Right.
Yeah, I think KiwiFil call it PLA Pro.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's recycled filament on the front. So, you know, what they call it, clean green. Look after the environment.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool stuff.
I don't think that lightweight filament's recycled, though.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah. I think, was it, I can't remember, I did see someone had actually released a product that was actually, you could make your own filaments full.
Yeah, I think it's inspired from what people, makers out there in the maker community. Making
okay.
Ones. Yeah.
So
what, more of a commercial grade now.
Oh, okay.
So you put like your old spools and reels and stuff, and you can melt it down, and then you can extrude again, I think. Yeah,
is it quite a small unit, do you?
I think it looked pretty small.
Okay. That's
Have you guys seen that one?
Have you guys ever seen that one in action? Like recycled, like I think you just dump your recycled filament into like some kind of machine or gizmo kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then it shoots out the filament so you can reuse it. That's
I
kinda
know
cool.
when we were guest speakers at
Creality Chef Fest?
yeah, we got to meet quite a lot of the guys that Mike, you're well aware of the show, and of course John, R2D2 droid builders out there. Yeah, very cool dudes, and we also met a dude called Parts Panda, and he made recycling 3D machine. You can turn it into little spools. Do you remember it? Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I do remember. It was he
Cool
made
dude.
it himself, right?
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
Always cool to see what other people are making out there. Stefan says, what is reading the questions from? Oh, the questions on the screen. We're just looking at the computer, and it just tells you.
Yeah, it's like the chat messages, what you guys can see.
Yeah, just pretty much the same thing. Just looks a little different, but yeah, ultimately the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure. So could we show them that? Not really. Otherwise,
It wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't make any sense.
It'd be like you looking at yourself, looking at yourself.
It'd be like Inception. You shout. Andy says, "What's your favorite project so far?" Great question, man. What do you reckon?
Well, so far this is going quite well. I guess
They all have their merits.
They all have their merits.
What would your favorite one then? The Mark II is pretty cool. I like the Mark II.
Yeah,
I like the evolution of the Mark II. Going from the.
I like it how we got to talk to Nursa Gainzer and Christina Raskina, right? Both wingsuit specialists. They got the ideas and suggestions from there
To make that one.
To make and design that one. So
that was cool.
I guess if you had to make a choice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, they're all pretty cool. I'm liking where the drone pack is going. So yeah, looking forward to getting back into building that one too.
And the VTOL dropship's quite cool.
VTOL dropship, yeah.
I quite like the fact that that was Bell and Boeing's idea originally, and they never quite finished it off because that's what is the V-22 Osprey, which is that odd-looking helicopter that's used in modern-day times that twists and rotates forward with just the front. But in this particular design, there's all four rotate forward. Very cool stuff. Hopefully, we can get it all sorted. Should do.
Yeah,
it's a process like anything, right?
Yeah, looking forward to that though. Sure.
Okay. So Happy saw the machine as well about the recycled filament thing.
Oh yeah, no.
It's quite cool though, eh? The concept idea is good.
I guess we saw the original. Right?
I guess we saw the one that had like wires hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe they based their idea off that. I'm not sure.
I guess they might have sold their designs. Who knows? I mean, I guess it's people have sold their designs like cars that didn't have window wipers at one stage.
Yeah, that's right.
And
There's one guy's idea, right?
One guy's idea, and they sold it. Sure.
Well, the guy with the bendable straw.
Bendable straw. The guy that made the straw wasn't that cool. He didn't do so good. But the guy that made the bend of the straw, he did it right. Funny how the world works. Interesting. But yes, we're sanding away here.
Yeah, apparently lots of sanding on this live stream, so should it have been dubbed the sanding live stream? I don't know,
Should have been,
maybe.
yeah.
But it's got to be done. You can't shortchange it or anything.
No. But either way, I appreciate you guys all tuning in, and it's always quite nice to share with other people, for sure. One of our cool interests that we like.
All good?
Happy says, I think it's funny how some like plastic straws and paper wrappers, and others like paper straws and plastic wrappers. That's a good point, man. Especially these days where, I don't know if you can really get plastic straws. Can you? Oh, yeah, it's pretty hard to get.
In New Zealand, you can only get cardboard straws, and they're not
Cardboard
quite
straw.
And nothing against the inventor of that, but they're not quite as good.
No, they don't quite last that long, do they? Before
They don't really last the distance.
No.
I'm just saying, you know.
No. Maybe a little bit of improvement R&D there, guys.
Please.
Bit of R&D spent. But I guess they're kind of limited to what they can use, what they can't use. So
I guess it's making the best of the both worlds.
doing the best they can, I suppose.
Yeah. So what do we think of the stream so far, guys? Are we enjoying ourselves?
Yeah, hopefully you guys are.
Remember to add a thumbs up, send up some comments.
If you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe, is what they say.
Who says?
I don't know.
People say it.
People say that.
I guess we say that. Stefan says, what is the hardest project you guys have made
Before. Good question.
Are we talking about life in general or just to do with RC planes? We do a lot of stuff.
Hardest one. I guess making the world's
Cool,
largest
thanks, man. Thanks, Heavy.
3D
3D printed heavy lift drone. That was pretty hard.
That was pretty hard. You're using
Awesome. Thanks, man.
yeah, it's just one of those things where the material hadn't been tested at that kind of scale like we tested it to make that machine.
And it certainly hadn't been tested to take that kind of
Load.
which was the Crowley High behind me.
That's the one
Over there.
Yeah, to fly that guy.
So that was actually flying on top of him, yeah. He still works, by the way.
Yeah, he still works.
using it.
And
We'll be tuning
the
on
other
in a
guys
couple of
still,
minutes,
we're still mildly tuning him, just kind of the final stages, but he's flying for sure.
Yeah.
I think somebody asked in the stream earlier, was there things that are flying? There's a big one. There's a big one flying.
You can't overlook that guy because he's just sort of sitting slightly out of view.
Yeah, he's quite big.
But it's hard to
He
ignore.
did take out, it's pretty big, he takes up quite a bit of the shop, so we had to hang him from the ceiling.
Yeah, in a specific place in the shop.
Yeah, for sure. Like the trickiest. Yes, definitely.
What was the trickiest one?
Well,
they all got
quite
their own
tricky.
trick.
We don't seem to choose very easy designs, do we?
I could say the Mark II was quite tricky in the fact that the servos are quite unique.
Yeah.
That's actually the third
Set of servos for that.
set of servos that we finally got that actually work because of the amount of weight
And
it's taken.
size.
And size, yeah.
Yeah.
So weight versus size on that one for the servos. So that's the third iteration of servos. That's why there's a bit of a weight log for that guy. It's sort of a hold up. But we got through it. And it obviously worked because that's how the episode came out, right?
Yeah.
And she was working all day long. So it was all good.
And he said, how did you get the courage to start the YouTube videos? Well, actually, it was quite a good question there. It was suggested to us by a good friend of ours, possibly our best friend. He suggested, hey, you should go and do that. And as it happened at the time, we've already made 5 episodes.
7.
Was it 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, we'd made 7 over
Seven episodes.
So I know that Happy was talking about our first ever episode that we ever did, which was...
Oh, in the last stream, was it?
I think we were talking about in the last stream.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sort of like, it's got sort of like blue lights behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Going
back
we've
a
got a
bit now.
guitar in each hand, I think. And yeah, so that was actually
Our first one we
our
made.
first one that we ever made, and then we actually had 6 after that we slowly released.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So-
eventually, got left behind, and we had to start building.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But it was a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I guess he was.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude.
But it was a good video, that I know.
The first one, yeah, I think it's kind of sentimental. Happy says, to reference that movie, he says, Sir Harry and King Richard. we actually saw the King once. Yeah, it was, he'd come over to New Zealand just doing his thing. So I'm looking at,
Do you know how they do like a tour?
yeah, tour of New Zealand, whatever.
The monarchy we're talking about, the actual king.
Yeah. And yes,
Legitimate king.
and we were the only ones walking down the street by ourselves. And he wound down he wound down the window and waved to us. So shout out to the king out there.
And we know that he's waving to us, and there's no discretion about it because we are literally the only people within that entire street. So it had to be us.
So
There's
cheers,
nobody
man.
else.
Thanks very much. And if you happen to be watching the stream at the moment or in the future, thanks. Yeah,
Yes. That meant a lot. That was cool.
that's good.
So, I mean,
There you go.
I don't know if you could say that you met him, but
Wait.
within like what, 2 meters of the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
I guess. Yeah. I guess.
Has anybody else met any
Famous.
famous people? I mean, you can meet like say, like another YouTuber or celebrity,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
or I was thinking like Tom Cruise or
Yeah.
what was the magician you were talking about earlier?
Dynamo.
Dynamo.
Yeah. Pretty
We
cool.
actually met that guy, by the way.
Pretty cool dude. Happy says I see him every live stream. Oh, that's very cool. It's pretty cool. You guys are famous. Oh, cheers, man. Thanks. Too kind. Too kind.
Too kind.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the States, do they have any, like, they don't have kings and those sorts of things. That's called more of a European kind of thing, isn't it? You don't have kings in...
They have kings and queens here. No, I think you got like presidents and things like that.
Yeah. That's
People of state, things like that.
Yeah. It wasn't... It's kind of a monarchy thing.
Just for some reason, that's what these guys go with, right?
Yeah, knights in armor. Yeah, they didn't really do that sort of thing over in the States for sure.
I guess every country's got their own traditions.
Yeah, for sure. But we have seen people in knights in armor. They were competing at a
Did you say a duel?
Yeah, dueling, not to the death, but just dueling, whacking each other's sticks with swords. Sorry, and
Full armor.
full armor, proper swords. And they were competing at a I guess you'd say it's.
I think they called it like a well, they were doing like a tournament.
Yeah, it was a
But they
tournament.
just happened to be at the expo.
Yeah, it was competition.
They were in full competition mode, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen that where they're full combat and they got the full armor and they're just absolutely whacking each other with swords? Nobody gets injured, by the way.
Well, they might get it, but it's just like any sport.
Yeah, well, no more than any other sport.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes they act like the kings. Here we go.
Yeah.
I feel that our chairs would have to be a bit different though.
Oh, you reckon?
You gotta have like sort of like quite fancier, like gold-plated chairs.
I think it's Hedgehog at Sunset earlier in the stream said they are our ghost chairs for sure.
Oh yeah.
But either way, thanks so much for tuning into the stream, guys. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
And hope you're enjoying yourself. How's that one, Richard? You want to finish that one? That one?
Oh yeah, sure. Continue on YouTube. It's going to continue on. Livestream. Thanks.
So I guess ideally we get into the at the end of this stream. I guess hopefully we're done the sanding section. Happy says he had a friend who did that. Other than the knights in armor. Wow, that's pretty cool. Pretty wild stuff. Yeah, for sure. Pretty hard out.
Did they do the jousting part?
Did they do the jousting with the horses? That's something that would be. I would do that if I had the chance for sure. Gotta have the horses, man.
I know that they do mounted riding with like bow and arrows off the horse.
Yeah, but we haven't seen that ourselves. Or done that ourselves.
No, it'd be cool though. Cool to try.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting because I guess the horse doesn't move around too much. It just goes straight.
Yeah, you
would want him to break at some point. So do you hold the lance and just charge at the other guy, and then at the end of the run, do you like grab the reins and pull him back? I guess you would, right?
Interesting. I don't know. I haven't done that sort of thing. Andy says, great stream, guys. Thanks, man. Cheers.
Awesome.
But yeah, coming along with the sanding. Not necessarily the most glamorous part to this build, but a key part if we want to see success. We want to be as aerodynamically efficient as possible. He did that just on foot. Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, still pretty cool, for sure. Used to be a shop where you could buy that sort of thing. I guess it's kind of like a part. I guess you'd say blacksmith. I guess that's where you make metal, that kind of.
There's a place that you could buy it?
Yeah, in Auckland. There used to be a shop.
There was?
Yep. Where was that? Oh, anyway, up near Grafton somewhere. And there was a shop there that did sell kind of armor. It was kind of cool to go and have a look to see what's that.
Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah. It might not even be there now. I haven't been to Coaxial for a while. Yeah, nice. They also have a martial arts store, and they had shurikens and everything. If you know what those are, for sure.
I'm starting to make some headway there.
Yep.
That's where that was working on his one. Pretty pricey, I think. Yes.
Oh, yes, I imagine. Unless, of course, you were making the metal.
Unless you're doing the blacksmithing yourself.
But still, it would.
The metal would be pricey.
The leather's expensive. Leather's expensive, like. Yeah, that's for sure. So.
I guess nothing's cheap these days.
No, I guess nothing's.
But also that they're using different alloys and stuff to make it the metal nice and light, right? It would be different from how it originally was done. It would be all super heavy, right?
Probably would be.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, it was like some of them. That's where they kind of they started working alloy. I don't know. I guess I'm not a blacksmith, but for the people out there, maybe they might know a bit more about the meteorology, about how to work metal.
Does anybody know what metals they use for their armor on modern day time?
Martial arts is more my thing. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, definitely ours as well.
Definitely sure.
Were you a big fan of the Karate Kid? Or were you more of a Cobra Kai person?
Yeah, lots of different martial arts out there. It's more mainstream these days to do the MMA, but it's got its place for sure. But I guess all good. For us, it's always karate for sure. Karate is where it's at. And what else is there? There's Taekwondo. There's different ones, isn't there?
There's judo,
Aikido, ninjutsu.
What favourite's yours? What's your favourite?
Yeah, boxing. But it's not really a martial art, is it?
Krav Maga,
Yeah.
Muay Thai. I think Jean-Claude Van Damme's Muay Thai. Or JCVD as he goes.
There you go. Wear my arms out in this. Happy Season never actually seen that movie, but he's definitely heard about it for sure. Which is your favourite one?
Movie?
Oh, of the Karate Kid series.
I
think the second one was right.
The second one was in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was alright, eh?
Yeah.
Going back to the origins of it.
Go back to which part of Japan were they? The little shipping.
Okinawa, probably.
Okinawa, yeah. The origins of that particular type of karate.
That'd be a cool place to go.
Has anybody been to Japan, or is anybody watching from Japan?
Yeah.
Have they been there?
Yeah, for sure.
Can't say I've ever personally been there, but.
Do you know people that have? You said it
that's
was pretty
true.
cool. There you go.
We're winning, believe it or not.
Yep.
It might not be a 5-minute build, but it is getting done.
Yeah. Definitely not a 5-minute build, I don't think. Might even take my jumper off.
Oh.
Watch out for the guns.
Please. What does that mean? You see, my favorite form of martial arts is?
Maybe.
Is it a smiley face? Or run away, maybe?
I think it's a space gun. I think it's a
Space
space
gun?
gun. Rail gun? Maybe that's what you mean.
Space gun. Water pistol, maybe that's it. That's what it'll be. Super Soaker. Super Soaker 2000, right?
Print's looking quite good. It's starting to work now, so it's good. We're coming along. Getting there.
Oh,
Oops.
what's that mean? We're winning, I think.
We're getting there with the sanding.
Man, it's a lot of sanding.
Man, there's a lot of sanding. How much,
What does Stephen say? Stephen says. No, I can't. It disappeared.
oh. Is there something
Must have
there?
been a bit of a lag there. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. He just...
You're all good? It's the same thing.
Yeah. No, it just...
Yeah, lagged with it.
I think there's a bit of a lag there. Can you guys still hear us and see us? Yeah. There might have been a bit of a glitch there. Hopefully it's all clear. Just give us a thumbs up. Hopefully you can still see us. I think it's still going. Yeah, okay. Must have
Happy
been.
says must have been a comment about the invisible plane.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Invisible plane, invisible drone.
Was it the invisible plane or the invisible man?
This would be a TV show back in the day.
I think there's a film about it.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think he's a good guy though. But there was quite a popular TV show. What happened? Don't know. There's a little glitch. That's right.
It's all good.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's a live stream. You only have so much control over these things.
Anyway, carry on. New Zealand internet. No, I don't know. But there you go. So pretty much what we're doing is we're making some good headway. I've got like about that much more to do on my side to do the sanding.
Yeah, I'm making some good headway too. Yeah.
It'll be quite good to have this one good, and then on the next stream we can finally get to attach these dowling to. Been waiting for that for a while. The shelf. Oh yeah, okay. Is that what it does? Okay.
Was it?
It was just saying that the comment might have included a link. And those sorts of things would be deleted probably. Yeah, I'm not sure how YouTube decides what it does. But anyway, no worries. It's all good. If you wanted to send us a link, you're welcome to join our Discord page. You can post it up there.
I think you could also send it on the community post on YouTube as well.
If there was something in particular. There you go. It's another way of doing that.
Who knows? Who knows these things, right?
Oh yeah, we saw your control line. You're watching somebody do their control line happy. That was pretty cool.
That's right, because he had like, was he controlling the throttle with his left hand and the control line was spinning with his right? Is that how he kind of did it?
Did he have a remote? How did he do that? That's kind of interesting.
I guess he had it must have been on some kind of radio, right? I mean the little accelerator hand control maybe?
Just on one stick,
like a remote
I
transmitter?
didn't see it a different way. I'm not sure.
Or did he have like a cable running out to the aircraft?
Yeah, but you still need to have something where you're turning on. Throttle management, running the ESC.
It was cool nonetheless.
Oh, the print's going along quite good over there, I think, Richard. Behind the camera.
Yeah. It's good. We want to see. Yeah, pretty wild is what I have to say. Pretty wild.
It was pretty cool to see, yeah. Very rare. I haven't seen one of them before.
I imagine he made it himself, right?
Well, you might be able to get it as a kid, I'm not sure. I've only ever seen Nitro ones. For the people out there not sure about what we're talking about, a control line is a kind of very specific
would you
part
say
of
it's kind of like
RC community.
It's kind of like the hammer on the Olympics.
Yeah, you think of it like the hammer, but the only difference is, where they spin around like this, but the only difference is instead of a metal ball weighing, I don't know, 2 tons or something, it's in fact a plane, a very angry wasp plane on the end of the thing that could also cut you up. And it's kind of an interesting thing, very cool.
And the idea of the thing is you just keep spinning around and control it using a handheld control, hence the reason why it's called a control line. And yeah.
It's a very old school kind of thing, isn't it?
Very quick though. They're going flat out.
Very old school, it's been around for a long time.
Traditional.
Yeah, very traditional, yeah. Wasn't a true control line, but it was a controller for throttle and line. What?
I can give you a break.
It's fine. Wasn't true control line, but was he did have a controller for throttle and lines as well. Yes. Back before radio control was the line control. Yeah, for sure. Back to the origins of where it came from. We used to fly with one of the original testers of the one of the designs for the UK, and he always said that one of his ones, the first ones that they came out with on the prototype, for the ones that he was flying was it was just button control. So up, down, you click, 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 sideways, click, click, click.
There's like 2 clicks to go to the left.
2 clicks
one
to the left.
click to go to the right.
One to the right, and then like 1 click up to go up, 1 click down to go down. It was just one button, pretty much. Yeah. Very interesting thing to fly. Very cool. He said on the initial takeoff, he didn't have the remote turned on, was it?
Just flew away.
Yeah. Took off and then flew away.
Pushing his buttons.
Nothing happened.
Hammering those buttons.
Didn't have any control.
He didn't turn the remote on.
So that was the first one.
So always remember to turn your remote on first, guys. Learn from that guy.
Yeah, but it was kind of one of the first.
What, first people to cock it up? Yeah. Everybody's been there.
Everybody's done that.
Happy says, have you guys ever seen one of those super fast cars that are attached to a stake in the ground by a wire, and they start them and they go crazy fast and race around the circle like a control line plane?
No. Sounds cool though. Light them up and send them.
Oh, okay, cool.
I guess what you could do is, as it goes around, you could like put a like a ramp in, get some air, and then pull it away quickly before it comes back, and then put another like a bridge in, or something like that.
Some kind of object.
Yeah, like jump over water or something. Just coming up with ideas. Then you could be like Fast and the Furious and have 2 miniaturized skyscrapers, and then you run in one side and then jump, and then just that's what comes to my head. But did they do that for real, or did they use CGI? I don't know. That's up to you.
We'll let you be the judge of that.
Yeah. Although I do feel maybe the one where they sent themselves to space might have been a little bit towards
Not true?
not necessarily true. Yeah. When the only person that I know that sent a car to space was Elon Musk, and there's one going around the sun when I last saw it. We were watching the live feed when they sent that a couple of years ago.
That was a roadster, I think.
Yeah, roadster. And but it didn't have an engine or anything.
No, just that the shell.
The shell of it. And the only other car that I've ever seen was a Reliant Robin, which was sent by Top Gear. Didn't get that far. It just kind of went up, but it was cool to see. And then clicked on its side, and then boom!
It didn't disconnect from the main body.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it must have been pretty big rocket to send for sure. But I don't know of any other flying cars.
I do.
Yeah.
007 did it. Or the man with the golden gun.
Oh yeah.
He had like a glider type thing on the top with a top propeller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that one go to space, or was it just flying around?
Not, it was just flying.
Oh. Man with the golden gun. Oh yeah. Going back to the origins of Ian Fleming's, I believe. Happy says, I don't remember what it's called, but looks just like a car control line. It's pretty cool. Sounds cool. Yeah. I guess it's just called car control line. We'll look it up. For sure after the stream, I suppose.
Look it up now.
Oh, we could. We could look it up now. Yeah, why
I'll
not?
see if I can find it in the background. If I can, I'll bring it. Well, hopefully I can bring it up on the screen.
Car control line. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. What you going to try and bring that up? Yeah, the bottom of this is looking pretty, a lot better for sure. A little bit more to do on the top, but we're getting.
Nah, I don't see it.
No luck.
No.
Which is just having a look. Sounds like it's pretty rare to find there. Ramping off a string would be like jumping a snowboarder off the back of an ATV. When you leave the ground, the rope pulls and you can miss the landing. Don't ask me how I know that.
Oh, there you go. Some inside scoop there for you.
Jumping a snowboard.
It sounds like something off Triple X.
Triple X, that sounds sweet.
Xander Cage.
Oh, there you go, Richard. Try the word Shrike cars. S-H-R-I-K-E. Try that. We'll have another look.
Shrike. S-H.
Yeah, everything's word search. You have to know the word to start with. Not necessarily is the search engines are the best there is. But I guess that says for anything.
That's a full size car, apparently. That one. Is it called a Shrike car? S-H-R-I-K-E.
S-H-R-I-K-E.
Yeah, there's some other type car. It's a full
Hey,
size.
I can bring it over. No.
I don't think that's a real one, though. I mean, it's a real car, but it's not what we're looking for.
I don't think that's what Happy's looking for. Meaning.
It's a type of racing car, apparently. Cool car though, like great looking car, by the way.
Hang on, wrong one.
It's a racing car style, really. P15, P15.
Nope, that's the other way around. No. I don't think is that the one that we're looking for there, Happy? I don't think that's quite right.
I feel that's a full size one, based just looking at it. Cool car though. No, it can't be it. Surely not. Anyway. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Oh well. No harm done. Cool looking car though. And that way was cool. Ah.
Something's cool design out there.
Cool looking car.
How's that guy going over there, right?
Yep.
I think that was quite what we're looking for. Happy says he can't find it. Oh, that's okay, man. But it's cool that you saw one in real life, which is technically better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, quite often, we find that the internet doesn't always have what we want, especially if we're the ones making it. You know, if we've made
Funny
it
that,
and haven't actually revealed it to anyone yet.
They can't seem to find it. For
They
some
can't
reason.
seem to find it yet, no.
I did a search on the internet on somebody else's computer the other day, and I searched like RC wingsuit, and there's an H&R racing show pop up. Quite cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to finish all those ones off.
Yeah.
Have them all going.
Yeah.
Invisible race cars, too. Very true, man, very true. I can hear him, but I can't see him.
Yeah.
It's attached to my leg. Get them off.
Control line attached to your leg. Can you outrun him?
I guess the answer would be no then.
Absolutely not.
How's it looking over there?
Yeah.
Either way, we're making some headway with this. We're making it more aerodynamic, more sleeker, more sexier. That's where it's at. Yeah, Happy says, try gas-powered jump rope. Yes, the petrol in it, yes.
Maybe that's how they should slogan it. Gas powered jump rope. You won't be doing double unders, you'll be doing quadruple unders.
Infinity under. Yeah. How you getting on? Where you going? Okay.
Yeah, all good. Really trying to get this the sanding done for this live stream.
This is looking pretty good. This is the one that you did, right?
Yeah. It's my sanding tool seem to you want some? I can give you some.
No.
There you go. So that means.
Bite through a bit better.
Yeah. How are we enjoying this stream, guys? Everybody's having a good time? Hopefully they are. Hopefully everybody is. After all, that's what it's all about, right? Having a good time.
That's where it's at.
We're doing quite well on the sanding. I think a bit more to do on this one, but it's pretty good. Yeah, really kind of trying to get this some sort of prep, so then it can move to the next stage of
Production.
joining the wings, basically.
So I think you're working on the right-hand one. I'm working on the right-hand one now.
We swapped over.
Swap back. I'm working on the right-hand one, which is working on the left-hand one. I'm making some good headway.
Yeah, I think so. They say Rome wasn't made in a day.
It was made in 2 days.
It was made in more than one. Possibly 2.
There you go. So it's looking pretty sleeker. There you guys reckon?
Doesn't have to be perfect, just a bit better. How's yours going, right?
Hey?
How's your one?
Yeah, for sure. Happy says someone needs to take over the chat. I came on from the workshop and got a snack. Now getting things ready for the taste.
For the haystack.
Oh yeah, for the haystack. No.
That's quite a good rhyme, actually.
It was. It does look smooth. Yeah, it's looking a lot better for sure. That's the one that Richard did. I'm just finishing it off. I can't really take credit for it. Richard mainly did this one. How's yours going?
Yeah, all good, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to like the sandpaper a bit more than
Yeah, my one didn't have as much grip on it. In my defense, it was pretty much the same grade.
Take it.
How are we getting on?
Yeah, we're winning.
Oh, if you bring it over here, I can help you do that one as well. That was looking pretty good.
Oh, that guy over there.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's an eagle.
Eagle Man's okay, I think. No, that's
He said, oh, that does look smooth. Yeah, it does. It's a lot better, ain't it?
I'll do a little bit on this guy.
Yeah.
Won't need as much. It's Richard's one. But might as well make him look good. That's what it's all about, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you make it look good?
What's that one?
I don't know. You want a plug?
Yeah.
There you go. There we go. What do you want to look? Looking at. How we go in time? Oh, wow.
Time flies when you're having fun, eh?
Time flies, yeah. Making progress. I didn't even realise. Didn't even notice. But yes, like what you were saying before, thanks so much for tuning into these streams. We appreciate you all very much. Couldn't do without you.
It's true.
Ah, cool to put the electronics in when this gets all done.
Yeah.
And fly it. What do you reckon we should fly it? Or should we fly it off the mountain first? Or should we fly it like a normal place and then, I guess if it's accessible, we'll be able to bring the Livestream gear along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get too adventurous with it. Yeah. We can take it up some slopes or something.
Yeah, I guess so. I think it's meant to be off the cliff though.
That'd be cool.
But I guess it can technically power its way up there.
Should be able to.
Should be able to. Yeah, awesome.
So what's the idea? We're going to try and get this sanded, isn't it?
Yeah.
No mucking around, eh?
Yeah, we're mucking around.
We'll get the sanding done on this one and then we'll put the install the wings on the next one.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. Just power through.
Power through it.
It's looking better.
Just join us on the live stream where I'm continuing on sanding the RC Eagle. That's what we're doing right now. We're just finishing it off effectively for the wings, making it look nice, making it look the part. And then all going well, we'll leave us in a position to start joining the wings on the next live stream.
That's what we want to do. How are we getting on?
Winning, I think.
Just trying to power through this, get it sanded, make it look good, and then I guess that'll be the end of this stream. And then in the next one we can get up to a stage where we can start putting that wing in. So yeah, making a bit of noise now. Hopefully wherever you are in the world you're having a good time, and You're enjoying the stream. I guess we're not really talking too much, as we're just trying to power this through.
If you got a comment,
What's that?
but if you got a comment, more than welcome to check it out.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here we go. Making some headway now. How's that going on, right? How are you getting on, Richard, on your one?
Yeah, nearly there.
Nearly there? I think I'm nearly there with my one.
Cool.
Happy says maybe you need an isolating table so you just hold the sandpaper in one spot and use the less energy. Oh yeah, just yeah, sounds like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
If you happen to know of a person that has one of those, send them our way. Say you, if you have got one of those that you don't want anymore, no, we're getting there. So it might be one of those ones where you just like put it up like this and go, the whole plane goes, Oh, how did you on? My plane, what have you done?
Back to the drawing board. Nearly there, last little bit.
This thing, this filament happens to be sandable.
Yeah.
Because there's some filament you can't.
No, you have to sort of grind it. Last little bit for me.
And this will probably do for me as well. We're getting it. Final stage.
right.
All right. How are you getting on?
Yeah, last one we got there. That's probably enough.
What do you think?
Woohoo!
Good enough.
Yeah.
There you go. So it's sanded.
Ta-da! Oh, that looks exactly the same as it was before. No, it doesn't. It looks way better.
Okay, so there you go, guys. That's what we got up to on the end of this live stream. All looking smooth. That's where it's at.
Oh, you'll say that. I'm going to put it up so you can see.
I think it was a pretty good effort, eh?
Yeah, man. Seeps. There you go.
There you go.
So there you go. And you got the feather fingers. Okay, so I think we're going to finish up shortly.
Yeah.
There we go, give you an idea of where we're at with the eagle wings. So very eagle-like, as you can tell. Very eagle-like.
Yeah, very eagle-like. Very cool to see that. Getting better.
Yeah, getting better all the
Got a
time.
solid
mate.
structure now. There you go. You put your feather finger
Feather
back.
fingers. That's the official term.
Yep. Feather fingers. Coined by Robert, I think. There you go, guys. So, should we readjust the camera?
Yeah, I think we'll start. I think we've got other stuff. We've got the other episode to do.
Yeah.
It's not going to do it itself, so
No.
I think.
There you go. Bring this one over to here, perhaps.
Cool.
Out of the
Move
way.
this-
All right.
Move this one in its position.
All right. So there you go, guys. We have done pretty good on this live stream. So either way, we thank you very much for watching this stream and the previous one. So push it, man. Happy says that's going to be pretty sweet to see it in the ear. It's going to be pretty cool, I reckon. Yeah. So majestic, I bet. It's going to be a cool live stream when that happens. It's going to be cool. And I guess what we'll do is when that's complete, when it's complete, we'll just send it straight away. That's the plan. That's the plan. Okay, so what we'll do is we jump over to the other slide. From me, thanks very much.
Yeah, and from me as well. Thanks so much. We'll do our traditional sign out. And yeah.
Appreciate you guys all very much, past, present, and future, for tuning in. And we'll jump over to the other slide. If I can remember which button it was. I think it was this one.
External one.
There you go.
Straighten
Okay.
up.
Yeah, straighten up a
Straighten
little
up.
bit.
Straighten up.
Yeah. But yeah. We made some pretty good progress on this one, so I'm quite happy with how it's turned out.
That's
How's
great.
that one, Richard?
Hey?
Yeah, it's fine. A little bit to your left. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, perfecto. Happy, it says a great stream, guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the effort.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks a lot, dude. We have to thank all the people that tuned in. Okay, off the top of, I don't want to name names. I'm gonna miss someone. So
That's
thanks very much for everybody for tuning in to this live stream.
Yeah.
And remember, you can always more than welcome if you missed something to go back and re-watch it. I think you can re-scrub it back.
Yep.
And then also the video becomes live and you can re-watch the action like at the very beginning of this live stream. We did an overview and a deeper dive into the RC Eagle, the RC Coaxial Concept RC Aircraft, and we're looking at the wind smoke data that came from the wind tunnel.
Yes, and if you scrub through it and find the Easter egg that we left in the stream about the upcoming episode series coming out on Tuesday.
Brand new series.
So make sure you go back and check for that. And yes, it's there. Don't you worry. And if you know what that means, you're in for a good surprise on Tuesday. So, well, thank you very much. I'm Harry.
I'm Richard. We have to thank all our sponsors. Thank you most importantly of all for tuning in. And we'll see each other either next week or we'll see you on live stream.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. H-Agile Racing, H-Agile Racing, H-Agile Racing.
Yeah! So guys, see you next week.
See you then.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Have
everyone.
a great night.
Thanks, Abby.